So obviously, I did the Hohem M7 review. I'm filming this on the iPhone right now because that's pretty much my little setup with the little remote there. Very convenient. And obviously that review was, or a lot of that review or the explanation why I'm using the iPhone now is really came down to software. So this is going to be a little different again. This is the GFX, obviously. I've been shooting with that because getting log footage out of the iPhone has been, obviously there's different software. Apple, camera software, you gotta use a external drive for that. Then there's Blackmagic, then there is, there is the Final Cut camera now, which is great for multi-camera setups, which I don't really use. And then I found Pearla, which is the app that I'm using now, and I'm actually this is kind of a Pearla review slash comparison to GFX. And the comparison really is, and I'm gonna post a couple of files for download so you guys can look at the difference in files. The files that I shot, and again, I'm shooting everything log. The GFX, I can shoot internal log and any kind of ProRes I want, really. The limit is just how much storage can I get in here. And there's different, there's the Fuji log is really great. It's just much more difficult to work with. Anyway, I'm gonna put those little files. I just shot a couple of different clips comparing the iPhone and the GFX, and you guys can download them and play with them and see the difference. Obviously, the format is different, and this is one of the reasons why I really like the Pearla app, because it shoots OpenGate 3x4. Which is, I think, some people really love the cinematic, widescreen. I love it for movies. For what I'm doing, the 3x4, first of all, obviously this is 3x4. I wish this would shoot OpenGate 3x4. It does not. But I love the format. Obviously, my prints are 3x4. Actually, I cropped those more to like a 4x5, so a little more square even. But I really like the 3x4 format. So I'm really excited that there's an app out there that lets me shoot video with it. One of the best things about that is actually, my clients often ask, if I shoot video, they say, oh, portrait, horizontal, vertical, horizontal video. If you shoot 3x4 with that, with this app, it's actually pretty easy because I think it's 4032 by 3024. That's the dimensions. So you can easily crop a vertical out of that shot and still get plenty of resolution for social media and everything, which is pretty much what my clients use this stuff for. So that's a great thing. And it also works with the frame because it's not like you're shooting this extreme horizontal and then you have to just cut a sliver out the middle. So it works really well. I'm gonna go through I'm gonna screenshot the whole thing on the iPhone. And kind of walk you guys through the menus a little bit and what I'm doing. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff this app does, and I'm only barely touching on it when I'm going to go through it because it's not necessarily a manual for the app. I just wanted to show you guys what it can do compared to the GFX, which is an amazing movie camera. I've tried Blackmagic camera. Obviously, I've tried the Apple camera, and I've tried the Final Cut camera. I use Final Cut to edit my stuff. It's just simple, and I like it. It's straightforward. I've used Blackmagic before. It's great. It does, so in depth and with the you know, nodes and everything. It's wonderful, but I don't really use it. So yeah, it's a personal preference. So this app, the Pearla app, with Final Cut Pro on the iPad, which is where I pretty much edit nowadays, works really, really well. And the codec that it shoots and log is super efficient, and it looks fantastic. Again, you guys can see for yourselves. I'm gonna post a link to the files. You know, shooting ProRes, this shoots ProRes as well, but it's so much bigger. The files are just huge. You guys can see if that's worth it to you, you know, all that extra data. So yeah, I'm gonna go into the app and let's see how that works.
Okay, so this is the interface of the Pearla app. This is pretty much what you get when you, so I'm shooting log, I'm just saying, I'll go through the details here. This is the basic interface. You can see the, you know, I'm adjusting exposure here. Obviously I have this, you know, shutter angle, ISO, EV values. You have your I have it set to automatic usually because it works really well. You can choose your lenses here. You know, that's the wide end. So that's pretty basic stuff. This is where it gets interesting. Video formats, open gate. You know, this is what I choose. Angle, speed, where you save your files to. Yeah, so this is open gate. I'm shooting in HEVC because that's the most compact codec. You can choose guides and you know, guidelines and stuff like that. I don't really have an over. You can click that on and off. Mirror, front camera, you know, don't have, I'm shooting log, obviously. Sharpness is 0, and I like the little bit of grain in there. These are film profiles that I'm not really using. They kind of put a standard profile in there. You can also customize that and make your own. And this is where things get interesting with the Pearl log and the, you know, you can choose all these different logs. I'm shooting with gamma assist so I can get a little bit of an idea what I'm looking at. This is anamorphic. Again, I'm not using anamorphic lenses. I shoot in an open gate, HDMI out, and you can customize pretty much everything about the app however you like, really. It's simple and it's really great. There's a lot of stuff you can customize. But it also works just as a simple thing. This also is a photo app, by the way, so it's not just a, you know, here's the overlay. This is not just a video app. It also takes photos, so you can do all this stuff for still images, which there's another app I have for that, and I might do a video on that because that just came out.
Okay, so these are the samples. I obviously shot this handheld. This is the GFX, HEVC, all I, which really isn't, they don't have another more compressed. I mean, they have 264, but that's not great. 966 megabyte for that clip. This is Pearla app in the HEVC compression log. And that would be 55 megabytes. So it's almost 20 times smaller. This is GFX, again, Fuji F-Log C, I believe, and that is Apple ProRes. And these file sizes are actually very much comparable. So this is a GFX. This is the iPhone with, and I'm shooting this in Pearla log, which, you know, as I've showed you guys, there's all kinds of different logs you can choose from, so you can match it to a lot of different cameras and everything. But I really like the Pearla log, so I don't have any real reason to stray from that. Again, if you want to match it to something else, I'm sure it's doable. This is again GFX, and this is again the HAVC, and I'm just shooting these to kind of, they're a little stress test, I guess. I'm gonna pan up and shoot all the way into the sky, into the sun. I'm shooting this handheld. I kind of made a point of it to see. So same thing on the, again, these file sizes are, this is about 20 times smaller file size than the earlier one, which is why I think this is just a great, it just works really well. And I really like this format. This 3x4 is fantastic. This is Apple ProRes on the GFX. And again, I'm gonna link these files so you can download them and play with them, because I don't really think this is, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see the YouTube, you're dealing with YouTube compression, which means it'll all probably look exactly the same. So this is GFX with ProRes, and this is the iPhone 15 Pro with Pearla App in Apple ProRes. And again, these file sizes are, if you're shooting ProRes, it's pretty much, the file sizes are very similar. So this is huge. You have to shoot this to external drive. It's big. Hey guys, so I'm not sure if you're still watching this. Obviously, now I'm doing an iPhone movie capture, video capture app, which is pretty much a far shot from landscape photography. But it all plays into the same thing, and every now and then I go down these rabbit holes of, I get a gimbal, then I find an app, then I find this, then I find this, then a different gimbal. So yes, I will keep adding to this as I go along. I hope you guys can use, some of the clips and see for yourselves if this is something that works for you, and see what can be done with the iPhone. Again, things always change. New iPhones coming out, new apps coming out. This, Pearla was just updated and it made a huge difference. So obviously new cameras coming out all the time too. So things always change. But if you find something that's, the one thing that is, again, when you see this, if you download the files, the file sizes are just enormous. If you shoot, ProRes or some log file in the GFX, and it's the same for, other cameras as well, Sony or something. So that compression is extremely efficient, and it works really, really well, in my opinion, for what I'm doing with it. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Ask in the comments. Let me know, and yeah, hope it makes sense to you guys. Thanks.